what I want to talk about is the fact that we have some access to the things that both Elizabeth and Sonia have been speaking about, which is, if you like, the ancient art of allowing ourselves to be influenced by thought. And we're all influenced by thought. Our minds make us, but mostly in this culture, we haven't really understood how much. And I certainly hadn't understood how much. And for me, I had come to the point where I recognised that my mind was influencing me in ways I didn't want. I was entering states of anxiety, and that's when I learned the EFT. And I was entering states of fear and anger. I was getting jolly fed up with the world. As far as I could see, no government or politician or anybody that had any power was doing anything at all to make life better. And it was getting to me a lot. So then I went looking for various helpers and helpings. And I was giving somebody a massage, and I noticed something about them. They had a tranquility, shall we say. So, as usual in these cases, when I spot somebody that's got something I want, I quiz them. And I asked, what have you been up to? And she said, we've just been down to the Letchworth Buddhist Centre, and we've done the 10-week course on Introduction to Mindfulness Meditation. I've always liked the idea of meditation, and I've always tried to practice it, but I've got no willpower, so, a couple of days and then I'm bored, I'm on to something else. And then another friend had just come back from Sri Lanka. So that was the first thing that had happened, was I thought, I might check that meditation course out. And then the second thing was my friend came back from Sri Lanka, and I said, how was it? How was Sri Lanka? She said, it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's wonderful, the people are so great, they're so happy, and there's lovely colours, and the food is amazing, and everyone's wonderful, and people are nice to you. And I said, whoa, slow down, it can't be that good. She said, no, it was. So I thought, okay then, if the people are happy, is it because they're wealthy? Oh no, they've got no money. Okay, so have they got sort of idyllic place to live? She said, oh yeah, it's lovely. She said, but I think what's really doing it is the temples. So I said, oh yeah. She said, there's loads of temples, and I think it's Buddhism they do in there. And I had been on the website, and I had seen that the brand, if you like, the order of the Buddhist teachings that were going to be put forward at the meditation mindfulness course came from Sri Lanka. So I thought, this is just too much of a coincidence. And I was a bit nervous about going on my own. So I said to her, look, if you'd like a bit more contact with Sri Lanka, there's this monk round the corner that apparently does these, and he's from Sri Lanka. And she said, yes, let's go. So we booked ourselves in for the 10-week meditation course, mindfulness meditation course, because she was excited about meeting someone from Sri Lanka, and I was excited about doing some meditation. So we both did the course, and we both found it good. I remember after the first session I came out and said to her, that is the best meditation instruction I've ever had. And I noticed as the weeks went on, every time I came out, I was in a state of deep relaxation, and I was, I wouldn't say I was like asleep or anything, it was alert all right, but my body felt softer, and I felt more stable in a way, and less anxious. So I was rubbish at the homework. It was summer, and I was working really a lot, and I'm so easily distracted. I've got a mind of pure meringue, heart of gold, but no mind at all. So anyway, I wasn't very good at the homework, but I tried to read the things, and I tried to listen to Dhamma talks, like Ajahn Brahm and people like that on YouTube when I was working, and I tried to kind of absorb as much of this as I could. And at the end of the 10-week course, I thought, that was brilliant, but I don't remember any of it. I was sort of, all the information had just gone, so So I did it again. I went back. I thought, it's obviously really good information and it's obviously making a difference, but I don't remember any of it. So I started again, went back for another 10 weeks, and this time it was like a completely different course. I couldn't believe that I was hearing exactly the same information, but it was going into a mind that was less stressed, I suppose, a mind that was able to receive it. So then, what was after that? Well, the next idea is that, well, surely, if this is working so well, why not carry on? And there is another course offered after the introduction to mindfulness. So I went for that, and that's a 12-week course, and I just finished that. So I've been at this for 9 months, and it's made a big difference to me. I notice now when I wake up I'm happy. I notice now if I hear something horrible on the news, I think, well, that's just something on the news. It doesn't grab me, shake me by the throat anymore. I don't feel I have to go out and campaign about it. Of course, I wish people weren't suffering, but there's really not much I can do, so I might as well be happy. Until there's someone who comes along that I can help. And I remember when I first wanted to leave my job because I didn't like it, I wanted to do something that made me happy. And people said to me, I was saying, but surely I don't deserve to be happy. And someone said, yes, because just imagine if everybody in the world did what made them happy for a living, wouldn't the world be a great place? So I thought, of course it would. Why have I got this block about happiness? I've only just realised this, by the way. It's taken me 9 months to realise I'm actually getting happier. And that happiness was what I was in there for in the first place. The difference between this and any other meditation course I've been on, or system I've tried, is that this one was gently structured. And it meant that I was never at any point expected to just sit down and shut up and watch my breath. I wasn't expected to do that at any point for longer than about 5 minutes, until I'd had enough guidance to feel completely safe with my own mind. Now, I know that seems mad, but most of my life I've spent trying to run away from my mind, because it's like being trapped. If I have to sit with my own mind for very long, I'm not happy. My awareness and my mind don't get on very well because there's so much rubbish in it. It's a bit like some of those photographs that Sonia was showing, the ones with all the kind of evil so my mind's a bit like that. So having to sit with that was just not nice. So it took a long while for me to be able to get to the point where I could actually sit down and shut up and bear my own mind for half an hour. I'm still struggling with it, but I'm getting there. Because so many different exercises and so many different ideas and suggestions have been given to me, that now if I start to feel that the mind is getting a bit unpleasant to be with, I've got strategies. I can be kind to my mind. I don't have to keep resisting it all the time. I can say, okay, mind, if you want to produce that kind of thing, if you want to go off, wandering off on some mad dance, off you go, I'll be here when you come back, that's all right. I'm kinder to it, and I'm kinder to myself. I'm also noticing that other people are being kind to me too. I don't know why. I'm glad. I seem to be able to set people's minds at rest easier, which is nice because I do massage therapy and sometimes people are in a right old state when they arrive, and obviously massage itself is very restful, but I am lazy, so if I can do anything at all to help the person relax before I get going on them, obviously I've got an easier job because they're already softened up. So this is brilliant, because what seems to be happening is a sort of feedback loop as I continue to practice and try and get my homework done sometimes, and try and sit and try to be present here and now, which is extremely easy if something nice is happening, but it's not if something nasty is happening, I've noticed. I can be present perfectly well when I'm walking downhill, but as soon as I have to walk uphill, No, that's harder because it hurts. Things like that. So, yeah, being present in the here and now, which is apparently what we're aiming to do, because that's where we're happy. If the mind is in the body, it's happy. And it seems when Elizabeth was talking about the tapping and stuff, for me, it's a way of getting my mind into my body. It's a way of being present in the here and now. And I found those, anything that allows my mind to come back home to where it lives is very helpful. So what's happening with this is that in the new year, another introduction to mindfulness meditation course is going to start. And the two people that help the students will be there, Bante and his secretary Padme, and they make all the students welcome, and they take great care of them in that they make sure they're comfortable, they know where to go for a wee, they know where to get a drink of water, and you're never given too much at once. So there's a little bit of activity, and then there's a break, and then there's another little bit of activity, and you're gently eased into the idea that you can sit mindfully, you can walk mindfully, you can stretch your body mindfully without harming yourself. And at every stage you're reminded to be kind. Be kind to yourself. It's very different from when I used to go and sit with the Zen Buddhists, and they were very rigid. They were like, sit up straight, and if you did move, they'd shout at you. That was quite scary. This is very different. It's a lot friendlier and warmer. And therefore it's more relaxing. So if anybody has had any kind of idea of, you know what, I would like to be a bit happier. I would like to be a bit freer of tension and stress. And I would like to go somewhere close by. If you live in Letchworth, I would suggest that you come to the open day on the 14th of January and meet everybody and see how it is. Or just come to an introductory session, one of the first one of the course, and see if you like it. And if you don't, no problem. So that's really all I want to say. Thank you ever so much for listening so quietly. Very good. Bhante Samhita is the monk who teaches this wonderful course. He is here to answer your questions. Isn't that right, Bhante? Yeah. You'll answer questions, won't you? So if anybody's got any questions, because I actually don't know much about it, all I can tell you is what's happened to me. But I don't really know much about the whole kind of, mindfulness meditation thing, except that you don't have to be a Buddhist to do it. You can be Jewish, you can be Muslim, you can be anything. Because mindfulness works, no matter what your beliefs or your religions are. If you just practice what you're given, then it works, it's effective. And it hasn't just worked on me, it's worked on, several of my friends, in that they're now freer of their mental and physical pain than they were before. So, thank you. Okay, so what would you like to see in Letchworth to help people with mindfulness?
I am very interested about the livelihood based on well-being and happiness. So that's what everybody deserves in their life, to be well and happy. And every one of us in the community shares that unique techniques that helps, which makes me very interested in the local community. So mindfulness is one of the very greatest teachings to make that reality in our lives. So I would like very much to have a community practicing mindfulness, and also they have a place that they can enhance the quality of their practice and meet like-minded people, which is very important thing to get some support in our daily lives, which are very hectic at times. So I would like in the local community to have a place that they can go without any kind of obligation and embrace the life skill called mindful living.
Wonderful. That sounds great. We need that to happen.